I like this South African foreign minister. He was just so bold towards the US people. Like, you know how they had a case and the IC, like International Court or whatever, they had this case. So they were trying, there was some kind of underground lobbying. So the foreign minister from South Africa now told the American counterpart that they cannot tell South Africa what to do if they cannot tell the US what to do. And this whole thing was, they had this back and forth. And one thing the US does sometimes that I don't really like is the fact that they impose some things on Africans, some African countries, and expect them to do their bidding. If not, they will remove them from a particular, deal they've had. All of them have some partnerships they do, some deals and all of that. I remember one time one particular country was saying that they don't want to have anything to do with the United States. They should not even give them fairly used clothes they don't want to wear. So let us read how South Africa has reacted to this. I think this guy deserves an award, an Oscar, because for him to stand up to the Americans, you know already now. You know already what's up. For him to be that bold, he deserves some accolades. The Americans have a way of, just because they are supporting some African countries, so they want to put so many things to them and expect them that they should swallow it. So somebody said, you have to admire how South Africans always stand up for themselves. There is a mindset or culture of self-determination from that country. This person said, no one on earth can bully South Africa anymore. We are tired of nonsense. This other person, I applaud the South African foreign minister for the straightforwardness in standing up for what he considers to be right. Exactly, because why should the issue in Gaza is already before the court? Why are they trying to go behind to start lobbying, which is, he doesn't like it and he stood his ground, which is good. This person said, I applaud the South African foreign minister for, okay. Some other person said, my brother, we fight for our freedom and Americans are supporting apartheid regime. We fight with stones. Our freedom wasn't easy. This person said, my gratitude to South African foreign minister for standing firm on the Palestinian issue. Thank you, Minister. You are a hero. You do us proud. This other person said, I am American Lebanese. I was moved by the boldness and humanitarian move by South African for victims of Israel Biden's genocide. God be with you all, South Africa. Great show. My own question is, it's not possible for Africans to stand up and be on their own. Can't we stand on our own? Let me tell you, if Africans decide to come together and stand on their own, we are going to be a bigger force than these people. Africa as a continent is wealthy. Africa as a continent is wealthy, and that is why I keep telling you people, let's stop all this. Nigeria did this, South Africa did this. Let us stand as one formidable force to fight and push back these people. They know what they are benefiting from us. Do you know how much, do you know how much cocoa comes from Nigeria? Nigeria alone, how much cocoa? The gold. Do you know? Hey, anyway, let's keep reading. Somebody say, proudly South African. This other person say, African leaders must man up for the benefit and respect of Africa. Exactly. AES is leading the way. This person said, the world can say what they want to say about our country, but I'm proud of our government and standing their ground when it comes to the case of submitted. You see, that is exactly what I'm saying. Like, if we could stand up as Africans, like we come together as a form. Do you know how many we are? 50 something countries in the continent. We are big, we are large, we have all the natural resources to push back these people and stop even doing. If they say they don't want to do business with us again, no problem. But I'm glad that the South African minister stood up to them. This person said, it looks like South Africa has the knack of producing foreign ministers who are fearless. Mr. Lumumba's immediate predecessor was like that. The foreign minister's remarks collaborate the new Africa that is emerging. Whether it ruffles some feathers or not, the giant that Africa is beginning to look the powers that be straight in the face and speak unpalatably. After all, Africa is the source of what they need to survive. Exactly what I said. Oh, I said this earlier before even reading this comment. And the sooner they come to terms with this, the better the world will become. Exactly. Let us, all African countries, decide not to travel abroad to Europe again. Let's not go again. Let's not eat their food. Let us eat our own food. We can survive without them, but they can't survive without us. And that is why it hurts me when I see all the South Africa coming talking anyhow about Nigerians. Because I'm like, these people are supposed to be your people, right? This is a thanks for the news. I encourage our African leaders to be brave enough to be, mouthpiece of all Africans in defending our rights. I am from Mozambique. You see, this person is from Mozambique. So every African country is tired of being under this whole thing. This was South Africa. Don't take in orders from anyone. South Africa is not the West backyard. God bless South Africa forever. Love you, from Senegal. This one says Africa eyes are opening. Liberty is important. Africa keeps standing up and fighting for your rights. Africa belongs to Africans. This one say, as a Nigerian, I commend the minister for the wonderful speech. Exactly. We will not say because he's South Africa, we will commend him. All of us, we commend him. This one say best wishes from Chinhunha City, Mexico for African brothers. This one say power to South Africa. We don't tolerate. This other person say everything that America does for a country that seems good or look beneficial is a deadly weapon to such country. It's the truth. They don't ever. They are like the devil. They don't give you something freely. They give you and collect from the other hand. This one say another proudly South African moment. We must never conform. Love from Pakasto Dope, hey George Western Cape. So they say the bullying is getting on its knees. Everyone is poking the once called the boss of the world. Time of America is coming to any end. I wanted to say an end. Said any end. This was a Molo Buti. The thing about us, South Africa, we don't bow or conform to anything. The whole continent was making noise about Chidinma, and we stood on our business. We are no pushovers. That's not true. That's not true. And that's why you got a lot of replies. That's not true. Chidinma's case is a different case entirely. It has nothing to do with what is going on. So don't even bring Chidinma's case into this. And that's why I keep telling you people to know who you are fighting. You fight the wrong things. And anyway, that's by the way. This one, that person said, we South Africans are not scared of any say what we want to or think. And America, like Israel, knows that. This one said, one thing about South Africa, they are never bowed down. They have never bowed down to the United States. From war in Ukraine to Israel war to Gaza, it's within our nature to fight back and not be dictated by bigger powers. This other person said, South Africans are proudly African people. This one say, one love from Jamaica, my esteemed brother. We have we have to stand up for us. This one say, well done, South Africa. It's about time US shut up and sort out its own country from Eritrea. So a lot of people are really not in this one. Say, when I was a preteen boy in the early 1970s, my father made me listen to a weekly radio show called Letter from America in a time where South Africa was deep in the apartheid area. Here at the southern tip of Africa, he was eager for me to learn the meaning of propaganda, which at the time went straight over to the head, even as the white nationalist government controlled every word we read in the media at the time. The entire country population, both black and white, was orchestrated and choreographed through the use of radio and newspapers. In our age before television, it was extremely effective because I was about 11 when I first discovered South Africa had a majority black population that was completely disenfranchised. Those memories are being brought back to life now, as I say, American population, and to, you see, so Americans should just leave Africa alone. You should leave Africa totally.